Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now I just read this, man. I really ain't got time to go back to the crib and all that old stuff. I'm gonna just do it here. Hopefully it ain't too loud in the background, but if it is, y'all know we don't care about that over here, right? But it ain't getting edited anyway. So here's the deal. I just read this. I feel like I want to say a little something about it. Now Canelo Alvarez has come out and said that Terence Crawford is a talented fighter and all that, but at the end of the day, Terence Crawford has only won one big fight, right? So I guess we're starting, like I told you is going to happen, we're starting to give reasons why we don't want that fight. Now, I've told this about a year and a half ago, if not longer, that when it really gets down to the nitty-gritty, people are not going to want Terence Crawford to fight Canelo Alvarez. It's going to start with Canelo. Canelo knows damn well he's fighting Jermell Charlo, which is 2 weight divisions lower than him. Crawford's 1 more division lower. Was going up to 154 anyway to fight Jermell Charlo. Everyone also knows that Terence Crawford is only doing these things because he's towards the end of his career. He's wasted about 5 years not getting the Pacquiao fight, not getting the Spence fight. So now he's only doing significant historical fights, which we can't blame the man. It's no more time now. I'm got to prove to some up-and-comer prospect and all that. No. Or like back in the day before Crawford came to, I'm just going to make sure I say this because like I was saying years ago, when Crawford came to the damn welterweight division after becoming undisputed, right? The welterweight division was there. All the Keith Thurmans, the Sean Porters, the Danny Garcias, the Errol Spencers. You were there. And you could have handled that business and somebody became undisputed before Crawford got there. That was possible. You see what I'm saying? That should have all been taken care of before Crawford got there so we can have 1, maybe 2 fights to become undisputed. But with that happening, Crawford fought about 7, 8 fights and knocked everybody out. Because they wasn't from the PBC side, we say that it wasn't, they weren't good fighters. Right? Now, going back to Canelo being able to say this. It's your fault, fans, for being able to say this. Now, Canelo's resume, we always say that it's so much better than everybody's. But here's the difference. There's no distance in his fights. There's no separation in his fights. Is what I'm trying to say here. Right? Because when you list his best wins, you're going to say Gennady Golovkin. Right? And when you do that, if you take away that 3rd fight, there's no distance there. Canelo did not win the 1st fight. He lost that one and got a draw. And the 2nd one, he didn't. He got a win when he was actually a draw. Right? Then you're going to say the Lara fight. That's what's going to be next. Watch the Lara fight. Right? And you're going to probably be, like, did he really win that one? So then you're going to have to go to the next one that Canelo really won was like Caleb Plant. You see? The Caleb Plant fight. Right? That's one that was a little separation towards the end. Right? Because Canelo got rid of him. But there's not really separations in these fights. We can't say, can we mention Miguel Cotto? Do you want to say Miguel Cotto? Because if so, then some other people can get credit for older Miguel Cotto, who was also lighter than Canelo. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you say Terence Crawford, because Canelo feels comfortable saying this because of you guys. Because, see, that's how Spence got away with it. Like Spence's resume is so much better than Terence Crawford's. It's because we just say things like, Spence beat Danny Garcia and Sean Porter in a close fight that he should have readdressed, and Ugas. Because we don't want to mention Lamont Peterson and those cats. So that's who we beat. And which is good. But what we're doing, just like Canelo is doing, is we're going to try to act like, because I don't think that Terence Crawford feels more than 30% better by beating Errol Spence than he did by beating Victor Postal. Right? Because everyone we do that. When these people are not from America, we try to act like they weren't good. Victor Postal was ridiculous. As a matter of fact, Terence Crawford, I'm not even sure if he was really the favorite there. Not really. Right? Victor Postal had just beat Lucas Matisse. So, do your homework. Matisse was kicking everybody like Lamont Peterson and them, and was, heavy-handed guy. And people were scared of him. People were scared when Danny Garcia fought Lucas Matisse. Was surprised that Danny Garcia beat him eventually. So what I'm trying to say is Victor Postal got rid of him. Beat him real good. Victor Postal was undefeated, and he was the baby Vitaly Klitschko. Right? Just fights like that. everybody's not beating Felix Diaz, who also was a PBC fighter. You know, seeing as though we're talking about side of the street. Well, he beat Felix Diaz, who was basically undefeated, had a draw or something, or a loss against Peterson, and he should have won, stuff like that. And we know Felix Diaz was good, right? So we're going to just say that's not a big fight either. We're going to say the Jeff Horn fight right after Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, and it was also a move up in weight. That's not a big fight either. So what we do is none of Crawford's fights were big. Gamboa fight wasn't big either, you know, just nothing. And it's just, so in all these fights, Julius Ndungo fight wasn't big. Could we just try to act like, oh, just Julius Ndungo? And the common guy won't know, the casual won't know what Julius Ndungo did before trying to become the undisputed, beating Terence Crawford in Nebraska. He went to Russia to beat Troy Anowski, who was undefeated. He went to Scotland to beat Mr. Burns, right, Ricky Burns. And then he had 2 belts, and then he still wanted to become undisputed. That guy had so much confidence, it wasn't going to be easy to beat that guy. I'll keep repeating it. We have to stop playing this game, because you give people like Canelo Alvarez, you know, this cloak of, you know, invincibility, when you're going around here talking about everybody else the Terence Crawford beat was easy just because it looked easy, right? Or you don't know those people, right? But standing in a ring with somebody doesn't mean your resume is better, right? Just because you were able to get fights, because that's just a product of, you know, circumstances. You're able to get those fights. How many fights against great fighters were there separation for Canelo and no controversy? That's how you want to do it. Because when we talk about Terence Crawford, no matter who the hell he fought, there was nothing close. Closest one was Sean Porter. And we know what really happened with Sean Porter because he doesn't really want to fight him. And speaking of Sean Porter, I think that the next Errol Spence fight is going to be similar. I don't think Terence Crawford going to go in here. If I was Terence Crawford, I'd just go in here and just outpoint the guy. You know, don't want to hurt him no more. But we'll see what happens. But this is because of you. Canelo Alvarez got the nerve to say Terence Crawford only had one big fight. And that's not true. One big fight is what a casual fan would say. But people in the know damn well that that's not true. So everybody, this is just one of them wake y'all ass up videos. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. And we up out of here, y'all. It's a wonderful day.